It is the Red Zone Challenge brought to you by Firestone Walker Brew. We got tickets to go to the Invitational. We got $200 for you to spend at the brewery, the tasting room, or the tap room. Come on. You don't call it a tasting room, right, Ollie? It's a tap room.
It's a tap room. I like
tap
that.
of the tap.
But you can do it. You can use it in the tasting room too, right? If you
what
want
tasting
to.
room?
Well, you guys have to. You guys.
It's a tap room. That's what I'm saying.
I know,
it's called a tap room.
But the bar's called, the restaurant's called the tap room, and then you have the tasting facility across the street.
We call that the visitor center.
The visitor center.
Oh, this is confusing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, you buy beers in the visitor center too, right?
Yes, you can.
You know what's not confusing, Ollie? Ollie Rozzi from Firestone Walker. You know what's not confusing? 4-1, baby! Yeah! Yeah! Here I come! 4-1 last week. Thank you for picking against my Seahawks, and thanks for going with Jeff and the Pittsburgh Steelers.
That was the one I was really bummed about.
I bet you were.
Seahawks game. I knew I was off the boat too early. Too early.
All right. Well, we're going to pick them quick today. Let's run down the facts, all right? And they are quickly that you and Jeff both went 2-3. I went 4-1, and now you sit, my friend, at 32-28. Ollie, Jeff is at 37-23, and I'm finally 500 at 30-30. 2 behind you, 7 behind Jeff, as we get ready for week number 13.
You know how many double-digit point spreads there are this week?
A lot.
Seattle, San Francisco's 10. At the time of the recording this, it's 9.5 some places, but it's 10 MGM. Kansas City, Oakland's 15. Sorry, Ollie.
He's given up. He's like you talking about the Packers yesterday. Like, just give up.
Green Bay.
Just give up.
Speaking of the Packers, Green Bay's a 14-point favorite over Arizona. And the Rams are a 10-point favorite over Detroit. Did I forget any double digits? No, that's it. That's it. Only 5.
Let's see here.
Stupid.
There's 2 games that actually interest me this week in the 5 closest games of the week. One of them being the Chargers going to Pittsburgh, and the other one being probably Minnesota and New England. You want to start with one of those or save those to the end?
You run this ship.
All right.
You know what? Since you're picking first, why don't I run the ship today?
Okay, run the ship then.
Sorry, Ollie. You know what? You're picking last anyways today?
That's fine with me.
So
I'd rather be in that slot.
I apologize because we didn't get you the games on time, so you're just going to find out as we go along here. The first game is going to be, we'll start off with the highest point spread, and we'll go to the lowest point spread this week. So the highest point spread being the New England Patriots are a 5.5 point favorite over the Minnesota Vikings, a game that interests Jeremy. Why?
For a number of reasons. Adam Thielen on my fantasy side of things. I want to see him have another big game.
You have a playoff spot, right? You're fine, right?
Yeah, but I still want to beat the guy. I want to get as many points as I can, and I want to get a better seat. I guess it really doesn't matter. But I still want to see my guys do well. And, the problem here is the quarterback for Minnesota.
Kirk Cousins?
Yeah.
What's his problem?
I just don't know who's going to show up. Some weeks he's great, other weeks he's terrible.
Is it it's an afternoon game. It's not a primetime game, so he normally plays a little better when there's not a lot of pressure on him.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so.
And
is it a primetime game or no?
Are you trying to talk?
No.
Ollie, are you trying to talk Jeremy into picking the Vikings here?
I might be done.
How is it the Vegas sees New England being a 5.5 point favorite?
Tom Brady sucks when the sun shines out. Terrible.
I need to pick up games on you guys. And it's tough going first because I'm really in a position to be laughed at or just lose.
I like both of those options.
Well, you'll be there when I try to, beer bong 65 ounces and spew all over myself. It'll be more of a bath, a beer waterfall at Firestone later this year. I'll go with, listen, when Vegas says 5.5 points, come on. We're not talking about the spread here. We're just talking about a win, and I'm going to go with New England.
I will go with. I guess I'm going next. 5.5. I'm going to take the favorite every day. I mean, it just so happens that there's so many deep dogs this week that this game even sneaked onto our radar. I'm going to go with New England as well.
Yeah, there's at home.
Yeah,
New England at home. They're going to win this game. They're sneakily in second place right now too. So they want to kind of stay in that position.
They're playing for something. Some things can happen with Kansas City with a somewhat tough schedule coming down the stretch where they can get their annual number 1 seed in the AFC going into the playoffs.
Yeah.
We'll move on. We'll move on to Jacksonville, the lovely Jacksonville Jaguars, who are fresh off a loss to Buffalo. And they are facing conference mates, Indianapolis, the Colts. The Colts, a 4-point favorite in Jacksonville. No Leonard Fournette. Blake Bortles has been benched, and there's a new offensive coordinator. So
and Indy has really been playing great the last few weeks.
Jeremy,
so
go ahead.
They're
really
a 4-point favorite, right, going into this one. So
Yes.
I'll take the Road Dogs, and I'll take Indy.
You guys want to hear something surprising?
Oh, here we go. Let's hear it.
I think the troops get rallied this week.
Are you high?
I think
Is the air different over there?
I think Indianapolis has been overrated all from the get-go this year, and they've had.
But they sucked, and then they finally started getting better. I mean, the last 3-4 weeks.
But because of an easy schedule. Now I know that Indianapolis found a way to do it at home. Now I know Leonard Fournette is not going to play in this game because he wanted to throw punches last week.
What an idiot, by the way.
But I think Indianapolis, their defense against pass catching backs, it might be better for the Jaguars to play TJ Yeldon as opposed to Leonard Fournette in this situation because Indianapolis has sucked against pass catching backs. And TJ Yeldon's rested up because Leonard Fournette's been playing the last couple of weeks. I think Jacksonville's defense rallies in this one, and I really think that this is an upset, and I think Jacksonville's going to find a way. Plus, how do you lose 8 games in a row or 9 games in a row or whatever it's going to end up being?
You're the Jacksonville Jaguars, that's how.
Yep.
Jaguars. Yep. I'm going Jaguars.
I had to check and see if you picked up Yeldon off the waiver.
No, I didn't.
I didn't. You're sure?
No, he's not
sounds
there.
like you're hoping.
He's not.
No.
I play against him this week. I'm kind of upset about it.
No.
I
Somebody
hate
else has
Leonard
got him.
Fournette right now.
All right, what do you got, Ollie?
I can't go with that line of reasoning here. I got to take Indy right now. I think Jacksonville is such a hot mess. I think that team's in shambles right now. I think I was looking at the lines earlier. I got Indy at 3 points earlier this week.
Good for you.
And that was right after they said that Fournette wasn't playing. So I'm excited about Indy. I really want to see Indy in the playoffs. I think they're going to be a disruptor. I'm hoping they get a wild card here. But yeah, I like Indy in this game. I think they're pulling it together all at the right time. And that offensive line is really good. They're keeping Luck on his feet right now.
They're keeping him healthy. They're doing a good job. They're doing a good job.
They really are.
We'll move on. We'll go to Tampa Bay next, where another road favorite enters into Raymond James Stadium. The Carolina Panthers, 3.5-point favorites over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Panthers riding a 3-game losing streak right now.
Yeah.
And they're still a 3.5-point favorite over Jameis Winston eating a W last week.
Wait,
against the San Francisco.
No Fitzmagic?
Against the San Francisco 49ers. What, you think he's going to come back?
It could happen.
No.
If Winston throws more than 2 interceptions, then if he throws 3 interceptions, then get ready because it's...
No, this is Jameis's ship from here on out. Jeremy.
I am Carolina all the way with this one. No doubt about it. They've had some issues. McCaffrey, Jesus. I had no idea what a miss on fantasy football. I am picking him up next year. This is his guy. I mean, whether he's handing it off to him or throwing it to him out of the backfield, this guy's unbelievable. And then
really
DJ
impressive.
Morris stepped up in the receiving game.
What
They've
he's
got
able to do
too many weapons.
is very impressive. And what Tampa Bay's defense is able to do is not very impressive unless they're playing the San Francisco 49ers. So I'm going to go, and Carolina needs to win to stay in the playoff hunt.
Yep.
I'm going to go with the Panthers on this one.
All right. You too, Ali?
I can't disagree with any of what you guys are saying. You know, where my mistake was last week was your team needed that more, and your quarterback was playing unbelievable. And I knew it after I talked to you guys. I was kind of like looking around at the games. I was like, shit, I should have took the Seattle. I actually bet on Seattle because I was like, fuck.
You did?
I was on the wrong side of that one. So anyway, I'm taking Carolina team now because they absolutely have to have this win, or they're pretty much done for the wild card hunt. So
I was looking at being a Seahawks fan. I was looking at playoff scenarios, and man, it is that win last week for the Seahawks was a huge
win for them.
Gigantic win. If they can steal one from the Vikings in Seattle in a couple weeks here, boy, you're looking at a team that was not supposed to make the playoffs coming out of the Pacific Northwest and going to be sitting alongside the Los Angeles Rams.
I felt so confident in the Minnesota
North.
Vikings earlier in the season, and I don't know what's happening, but they've really just they're just not as impressive.
They've not been able to establish that run.
Yeah,
I think, and their offensive line's terrible.
All right, what do we got next?
Bears year.
Yeah. This is a Bears year. Next, we're going to go to a more intriguing 3.5-point spread. This one is interesting. It's Pittsburgh, a 3.5-point favorite, hosting the Los Angeles Chargers. Will there be more Chargers fans at Heinz Field than there is at StubHub Center on a Sunday?
The Los Angeles Chokers. They're going to choke again. I see the Chargers going up in this game, and then Big Ben coming back. He's got too many weapons. Juju, Brown, Connor, and they're at home. And Phillip Rivers, just no matter what, I have a friend. We have a friend here at the radio station, Kyle, who is a Chargers fan, and I feel so bad for this guy because year after year, Phillip Rivers and the San Diego Chargers choke worse than the Cougars do, the Washington State Cougars. So I like Pittsburgh in this.
No Melvin Gordon. I'm taking Pittsburgh plus Ben in prime time at home. God, what is he going to throw for 700 yards and 6 touchdowns? I mean, come on. Definitely. Pittsburgh's tough to beat there.
Gordon is out.
Yes, he's out.
Knee, right?
Yeah, he's going to be out for 2 to 3 weeks probably.
That does make a difference. I was going to take the Chargers if Gordon was in. Man. Well, I hate agreeing. Yeah, I'll go with Pittsburgh too. That was pretty amazing though last week what Phillip Rivers did. What was he? Did he go 25 for 26 or something like that?
Yeah,
it was something unbelievable. That's the problem. Chargers coaching, no kicker. Pittsburgh at home. Yeah, and you're right. They need this too. Pittsburgh needs this.
Running your top tier running back on a sweep option. Leaving him exposed when he's already having knee problems, and then letting him get hit in the knee. That's a good coaching. That's a good coaching. Jesus, I'm with you, Jeremy, on this one. I feel so bad for Chargers fans.
Yeah,
because it's a fun team to watch. The talent is there. They should be world beaters, and they lose. They lose to Denver a couple weeks ago.
They're chokers. They're chokers. Denver has always had their number. It's just I don't want to talk about it, but it's,
okay. Anyway.
It's like the Apple Cup.
All right, we'll move on to a straight up pick'em as of right now, recording of this podcast. I'm pretty sure Lamar Jackson's going to be the quarterback.
No, he is the starting quarterback.
Okay.
I have it right here. I'm starting him this week. Jackson is slated to start Sunday's game, according to Mike Garfalio of NFL Network.
Okay, so Baltimore is at Atlanta in a game that is a straight out pick'em. No spread involved in this one. Jeremy?
I don't know. There's something going on in Baltimore with Lamar Jackson. What has he got? 2 or 3 wins now since he started quarterbacking. Since he started at quarterback.
Keep in mind those games were against the Bengals and the Raiders.
And the Raiders, yes, but
no offense,
but
Ali.
It's changed up their game a little bit. Atlanta just seems like I don't know. They're hot and they're not, and I just feel like they're just not right now. So I'm going to go with Baltimore.
Baltimore is playing to be in the playoffs. Atlanta probably not going to make the playoffs, but they're playing at home, and I like Atlanta at home. I think that they want to get. They want to give the fans, the hometown fans, another reason to buy season tickets next year. So I'm going to go with the Atlanta Falcons, and they'll be back next year. They'll be good next year. Their defense will heal. It's a problem with their defense, which was going to be good this year. They had a lot of key injuries, and it just kind of sunk their ship.
Yeah, they need to get rid of Sarkisian though. That offensive coordinator's he cost them the playoffs last year. They haven't been the same since Shanahan left, and they went to that Super Bowl. But that being said, I want to give Jeremy a chance here to make up another game. I'm going to take Atlanta so that we don't agree on everything.
See, there's your pity move, Jeremy.
I love it. So right now,
you see those ducks that Lamar Jackson throws? Come on. Duck.
I don't like Baltimore
He
either.
still hasn't had a big game. He still hasn't had his big game yet. This is going to be the big game for
really?
Lamar Jackson.
Okay.
I just feel it. Like, he's had a couple of games. He's kind of getting his feelers out there. You know what I mean? He knows he can run. He knows he's starting to get. Come on, give the guy a few weeks. This is his third week.
Did he go to the University of Oregon?
This is going to be his third win in a row.
Did Lamar Jackson go to the University of Oregon? Because he's a duck thrower.
All right, Ollie, good luck to you.
All right, gentlemen.
You're looking for an Atlanta and an Indy win to get a couple on Jeff. I don't know what the hell Jeff's smoking over there on Jacksonville.
I'm
but
going Atlanta with Ali on this one. I got Atlanta.
No, I'm just saying, looking at it. Yeah, that's right. So I guess the only thing you disagreed with Jeff on was the Jacksonville Indy game. So you can get
I'm
a point
liking
there.
that one.
You guys,
Hopefully I'll get
you guys
two.
are welcome. I took the dumpster fire for the team. Okay.
All right. See you later, buddy.
All right, take it easy, guys.
All right, don't
Bye.
forget the Red Zone Challenge, brought to you by Firestone Walker Brew. We cover the 5 closest games of the week right here, KZOZ.com.